Next thing I know, I'm jumping out a shorty window in front of a bus stop full of people, son.
Yo, y'all should do a podcast for real.
Yo, but like, what would we call the podcast though?
Boy, I don't even know, but it got to be something that represents us. Look, man. So here's the thing.
Yo,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What up, world? What up?
what's the word, my brothers?
We here, brother.
Welcome to another episode, another rendition of the So Here's the Thing podcast.
Yes,
I
sir.
am your boy Stizzy. Mental health check. Everybody straight?
I'm alive.
I'm alright. I'm good.
Before we get into my little thing, I just want to say it's an honor to be sitting here next to the gaslighting king of the north. Two guns. It's been a rough week for us, brother. Not rough.
Not rough.
I'm about to say rough, and who's us?
Well, I want to say thank y'all to everybody that sent that clip crazy, highlighting one of my man's hilarious moments. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, nah, definitely funny moment.
The world thought you was just like, they thought it just happened. That's what's funny about it. But
Hey, man.
it is what it is.
Believe what you want. Keep writing comments.
Yeah, just keep writing, keep running that up. I probably should take this time to tell y'all, yo, like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you for all the new subscribers and all that. Keep running it up. I got two scenarios for y'all. First one.
Hey, yo, it's episode 82, man.
Oh shit, my fault, bro.
Yo, I was about to say, is this intro new? Is this a new
Started
thing?
Hey, bro,
Wow.
I just woke up. My fault, bro.
Yo, 82 of them things.
Shout out to them things.
Shout out to US Today. They was founded in 1982.
The magazine.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, you know, little history. Nothing crazy.
My fault, Dre. I cut your little portion out. My bad, man.
Yeah, they calls it little at that. Hey, yeah.
Yo,
Yo, let's go.
I got two scenarios for y'all. The house is burning down, right? But you can only grab two things. You could get your wife, your mother-in-law who lives with you for some odd reason, your kid, 20 million, and the dog. Which two you taking?
I have a question.
What up?
How long I've been married to my wife?
Long enough to have a kid.
That we could have had a kid before that. That's why I'm saying that.
Whatever makes you as a person.
Two, that's your wife for a reason.
It doesn't matter.
it shouldn't
That's
even-
important.
It shouldn't even matter about the time. That's your wife.
It does matter
Why it matter?
because maybe we already at the end of our marriage, and the 20 million in my kid is what I want.
So you taking the 20 million the kid?
I don't know. It depends. Have we been beefing? Maybe we on our way to a divorce. I don't know.
Whatever scenario you gotta play to answer the question.
I can answer the question. It's always my kid. Now, between her mother-in-law, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about her mother. Her mother does not matter to me in the slightest. Now, the 20 mil of my wife, ideally, I'm going to take my wife. Unless we've been in talks of her not being my wife. I don't see why not getting 20 million in an insurance claim helps me. It doesn't help me out.
What about you, Dre Day?
I'm grabbing my kid. I'm grabbing my wife. Money's cool. 20 million is cool. I can make that back or whatever. Get that back. It'll take some time, depending on whatever I got going on. But you know, money come back. You can't get your wife back. Can't get your kid back. That ain't my mother. That's your mother. So don't really care that much. But yeah, I'm grabbing those two people. That's what's important to me.
Now, what if the last argument y'all had was, I don't think we should be married anymore? Are you still getting her?
Yeah, because I'm not willingly gonna have her life sacrificed.
How is
Because
it
I had a
having
choice.
her sacrifice? If the house on fire and I saw it was on fire and I grabbed my kid in 20 million and got out in time, she had mad time to leave the house, in my mind.
So
You know how much money 20 million is in cash?
my answer is, I'm gonna grab the 20 million and whoever's the closest.
Wow.
That's way more
That
fucked up
is-
than what
that
I
is
said.
raw.
Whoever is the closest.
That's way more fucked up than what I said.
And I had access to my girl, and she said, I'm gonna grab the kid, and I
Smart.
think the dog, and she's hoping that I'm smart enough to grab the money. And then that's what gave up my answer, because I'm like, ain't gotta worry, because I was grabbing the money.
But that lends to what I said. If I had time to find my kid and find the 20 million and get both those out the house, would my wife not have mad time to get out the house?
You would think.
Forget that.
I'm not even waking y'all up.
Yo, change the question.
This nigga needs to be in prison.
Change the question and answer
It
from the
sounds like you
standpoint.
set arson to the house.
Answer from the standpoint that nobody's making it out alive except the two people or two items that you grabbed. Now what are y'all doing?
My kid.
Cause y'all
first.
making
No, my kid first. Always my kid first. I don't know what he talking about. Always my kid first. And again, what was my last conversation with my wife?
You're not you're not even trying to run for the bread after you pick up your kid.
Again, what was the last conversation I had with my? If the last conversation we was as strongly as we in love as we was when we first met, I'm going to get my wife. If the last conversation was I'm not sure about this marriage, you can be sure in hell. I'm going to get this money. And my kid first though. Kid first.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all this from now. And like this is just me in general, for real. Like money don't move me.
Money don't move me
Money
either.
don't like money.
Me either. I got 20 million in my house. So I'm just saying, whatever's happening, I need to get that.
I hear you.
That's just me. But in the real world, nigga, I'll probably grab whatever is close. If the house burning down, I'ma just hope that I'm closer to the bread too. Like that could be one of the two things. Somebody said, yo, put the dog in somebody else's hand and grab them. That way you save 3 and the bread. And I'm like,
How strong they think you are?
How big is the dog? Like,
Do you know how heavy a human being is?
I'm thinking the dog's smart enough to just run away too. Like in my mind. But it is what it is. Two, I asked you this, cousin. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna ask the part anyway. So you know how they say like some cousins you can't mess with them because that's frowned upon?
Oh my god.
Like you know, like you can't have sex with like your third cousin or fourth cousin or fifth cousin. But that's really like just somebody your family know at that point. Does the same apply to your god sister?
As I said then, no. No.
I think it's free game.
Your god sister's free game?
It ain't free game.
It's not. It's
Because
not.
you can't just openly try and fuck her.
Nah, it's not free game. But I'm not.
You can't just openly. I'm pretty sure your godparents gonna have some shit to say about
I'm
that.
not mad at you if you told me you took down your god sister. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not about to.
But according to two, you just can't make it known that that's on your hit list. That's your goal.
Yeah, not for the perception of it, but for the family of it. Like,
Yeah,
it'll be real weird. Like, your parents, your godparents, your god sister all having dinner, and you trying to slide her to the room. That's a little odd.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about that shit the other day. Like, I wonder if your god sister's off limit, and what family member is.
Well, that is on limit.
Yeah, like what family member is possible for you to take down?
I don't think
think any.
I don't think so.
Anything. I don't think any should be.
I don't put it past people. Like my whole thing is right. I was watching one of them old ass movies, and the nigga was in there. It was one of those Game of Thrones type shits.
I'm about to say, call me a Targaryen, because I'm, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get to it. Like, y'all watch Game of Thrones?
I watch Game of Thrones. That's why I got questions.
What do you mean?
So what you saying is
You're keeping it in the family on the way forever.
Nah, I'm just playing. I'm playing.
I mean, listen, bro. Here's the truth of the matter.
Nah, I'm like if it's a third, fourth, cause if it's that type of distance, I'm not making a big deal about it.
Bro. The answer is you can't actively try and fuck anybody you're related to.
You shouldn't. I don't think you shouldn't.
Now, with black families, the disclaimer, with black families, you gotta be careful because we tend to have a lot of these play cousins who we've been told are cousins our whole lives.
Yeah.
But they not.
Yeah.
And the worst thing they could do is for one of them to grow up bad and me find out we not related. Because all that cousin shit going right out the window.
Nah, cause I was thinking about the Kevin Gates shit too. Like that nigga openly said I fucked my cousin. And then I'm like, well, what cousin was she? And did it matter to you?
Well, context to that story. He did not know it was his cousin until after he hit.
Oh yeah.
It's not fair to just say he just fucked his cousin. It's not fair to just say that about a nigga.
That's true. But even then, right? Like, they gotta let that go because he ain't know, right?
I mean,
I would think
he
so.
also said he continued because he already added more context.
Logically though.
I mean, nah.
Logically though.
I mean, nah. I mean, I don't know, because if it's like one of them fourth or fifth cousins that you never met,
They don't count.
that's what I'm saying. If it's one of those you never met, like if that's your auntie's daughter you just ain't seen in 10 years, you gotta stop fucking.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You gotta stop. Yeah.
Nigga said stop. You nigga started.
Well, you can't help that you ain't see her in 20 years and you ain't know that was her.
That's true.
That's not your fault.
I be just so lost in the game. Moving on, bro. So I was listening to this podcast. Don't remember what it was, but Carlos Miller was on there, and he said something I just want to bring to y'all niggas. What do y'all think about the theory that some women are brainwashed to believe there's a perfect nigga out there in general, and then there's a perfect nigga out there for them? And do you feel the same? Do you feel like there's a perfect person out there for you? Or do you feel like there's a perfect person out there, period? Somebody that you just, basically like a soulmate type shit. Like all the desires you got and expectations you have and things you want in a relationship or a woman, there's a one person out there that just fit everything there. Like literally, no.
Only by that. I disagree with you by that definition.
I didn't say anything.
I disagree with whoever made that statement by that definition. Because by that definition, no, there's no perfect person. Well, I don't believe there's perfect people in the world, so that's a dub. As far as being a perfect person for you, if we going off the definition of they fit everything you in your head you want in a person, I don't think that exists. Because in most cases, and a lot of cases, from especially in my experience, the perfect person for you don't fit a lot of those things that you yourself think you want. Like there are key things that you want for sure, and in a lot of cases, it'd be the person who is opposite of those things you want in certain ways that actually ends up being the perfect person for you. Most people don't know themselves well enough to know what it is they actually. Most people don't know themselves well enough to differentiate between what they want and what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. There's none of us is perfect. We all got work to do. Everybody know that. I also don't think there's a perfect person for you. I believe in like soulmates. Like soulmates is like definitely somebody that you could definitely like.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody you just could level with. Somebody that really understands you. You understand them, and you guys just have a great time together. But I just point to the fact that I've never been in a relationship where, you know, we didn't have a disagreement or we didn't have an argument. And I'm going to go out on the limb and say you guys also, y'all never been in a relationship where there was no arguments or no disagreements and stuff like that.
I have barely been in relationships where I was happy.
Huh?
I was about to say that. I've been notoriously in bad relationships.
Yeah, but Yeah, I don't think there's anybody. I was actually having this conversation with my girl. Like when you decide to get into a relationship with somebody or pursue somebody and stuff like that, you're always gonna have to settle for something. Like it's gonna be something that you don't 100% agree with, but if you want the relationship to work, you'll be willing to deal with it or something like that. But to say that there's someone exactly perfect for you, somebody that exactly fits your puzzle piece, I don't really think so.
That goes back to my sacrifice versus compromise conversation we was having, because there are things that you just come to accept from a person that may not even be like that big of a deal in reality. Like whatever. Like I remember, like I had wanted to get with this girl so bad that I like for like the brief moment in time where we were like messing around, I omitted the whole cigarette thing. But she was just, to me, I was like, I gotta kill us. And then the whole time I'm just like, this is disgusting. But it's like for the greater good of what I was trying to accomplish at the moment, you know?
Yeah.
To my point too, though, like I heard Jay Shetty, shout out to him.
My boy.
He was giving an example of his wife and how he realized how compatible his wife is with him, in the sense that he's more of the planned and on time, punctual type of dude, like real organized, and his wife happens to be literally everything that isn't. Her life is based on spontaneity, based on just flowing with the breeze or whatever, and he's like, that's what make her perfect for him. Because all of those things that he doesn't have in himself is the things that make her be the person he fell in love with. So he kind of like
Balances his
balance out everything that he has going on. So I'm asking y'all, not asking y'all no more, but like hearing what I think is, I know it was Carlos Miller, I just don't remember what it was, but we was laughing about the jumbo shrimp shit the other day, right? I seen this, like one of the comments, the girl was like, yo, what if he paying all the bills and all of that? What if he taking care of her and all of that? What if he buying her flowers every day and all of that? Is the jumbo shrimp really a deal breaker? And I'm like,
that sounds like a question for women to answer.
No, I started thinking like, what deal breakers, what's the non-negotiables for y'all? Like,
You mentioned one, cigarettes.
that's a non-negotiable?
Nah, I can't do that.
What about you?
That's negotiable for me. You mean like what's my non-negotiable?
Yeah. Wait, you could, shorty could come smoking cigarettes?
Yeah.
I could be cool.
Yeah, I could get past that. If she checking off every other box and she good in every other area, but you just smoke, like I could move past that.
I mean, I could take it a little further. I'm honestly not the most okay with a girl smoking in general. But I could, if she smoke weed from time to time, whatever, I could let that go. But if you like a half a pack a day cigarette smoker, I can't do that.
I used to be like that.
And it's not because of her and the cigarette.
You don't like the aesthetic though.
I have forget the aesthetic. I can't even eat around ashtrays. Like literally, eating around an ashtray make me want to throw up. From when I was a kid.
I don't know what well, I do know a couple non-negotiables, but I can't like think of a big standout one right now. Cause like I differentiate between what I deem to be a serious relationship versus a situationship, if you will. So like I mentioned before, like a shorty with the cigarettes, if I like want to kill it, or I deem that worthy enough for the thrill of it, I probably, and in that case, like just sidestep that, cause I know like it ain't nothing serious. I ain't trying to produce no kids. I ain't trying to take her home to mama, right? But then like I could never accept that in a shorty for real.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking like, in all my life, the women that I've been dealing with have been good with bread. I don't see me being with a shorty that is real like loose with the money or loose with the accounting period. Like we both can't be fucked up like this.
That's facts though.
That's that balance. That's that balance that you need.
With me, y'all know my problem. I be cool till I get on the app, see some sneakers, and I'm fucked up. Right?
Yeah.
But that advice for her might be the iceberg to sink our ship.
I mean, it's nothing wrong with having a vice. It's just as long as you know how to balance it. Like everybody got their thing they into.
Yeah.
As long as it's not an addiction. Say what say what you want about you and sneakers. I've seen you go, I'm gonna get these, just not right now. Like it's not an addiction the way you like, I'm gonna just, it's my last 300, but these new ones came out.
But I had to get there because that all contributed to 2018 being the
Yeah,
worst
but
year of my life.
it still wasn't an addiction. That was you being irresponsible. Going,
That's true.
I got it, so I'm gonna spend it.
You was wilding on GOAT last year too, right? Yeah,
It was wilding on GOAT this year.
Spree. I think
I was on the phone with him while he ordered like 3 pairs of sneakers the other day. But if you can afford it, it's not a problem.
splitting 4, right?
You know that.
That's terrible. That's actually terrible.
What?
Splitting 4.
Why?
I feel like if you splitting it in 4, you really shouldn't be buying it.
I mean, look,
Nah, I can afford it in 4. I don't see.
I can split 3 and 4. I don't gotta put up 2, 4, 6, $800 right now.
Yeah, nah.
See that's what it really be. That's what the split in 4 really good for.
Nah,
Because now instead of, I don't need to split $200 in 4, but I definitely need to split $600 for the 3 pairs of sneakers I want
100%.
in 4. I could afford $200 every paycheck.
Nah, to answer your question though, I think my only non-negotiable is I guess
Kids.
not
Cause you was real averse to that last time we spoke.
I would say a person that's just like blatantly disrespectful. Like I watch when I get involved with somebody, I watch their interactions. I watch how you interact with your mom, your pops, how you interact with the waiter, how you interact with this other people. Like it's a very telling thing to see how other people interact with other people. It's telling to see how they act in certain situations.
Yo,
Going on, my fault real quick. Going on the parents thing though, what if that person just doesn't have a good relationship with that parent? Like, do you take that into consideration, or do you feel like because you're disrespectful towards a parent, that's just foul? Or do you try to look into the fact that they might just not have a good relationship with that person?
If you have a bad relationship with that person, then that's something to, take the magnifying glass and kind of look into. But even I know people have bad relationships with their parents. Like some people don't talk at all. Some people, the relationship is just very toxic. But I don't like disrespect, and I commend the person that walks away without disrespecting. Rather than
That's fair to say,
Yeah.
but I also think that's fair to say from the perspective of somebody who has a really good relationship with their parents.
Of
that's
course.
what I asked. Like,
Yeah.
what if you don't have? What if that person don't have parents or never grew up with those parental figures? So if you meet her and you go, yo, my mom's the most important person, blah 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 blah. You hit your spiel, right? And then she never had that,
Yeah.
so she never understand that.
I can't fault them for being in unfamiliar territory, So that like I said, that's something that I would take into consideration, and I wouldn't automatically just blow you away because of that,
Yeah, and not even just that. Like, let's say they even got parents. Let's say like you feel like you just said, you feel like you would rather them just walk away, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of going back and forth or arguing, disrespect or whatever. And like, I could speak to that because I make it very apparent. Like, me and my father don't got the best relationship, and I just choose not to engage.
Yeah.
So we don't get into shit because I don't engage with them.
I'd rather you do that.
But I know people who have been abused by their parents.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's up whenever I see you.
Yeah.
How I wouldn't feel right telling that person they don't have a right to be angry and act upon that anger after whatever they had to suffer. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%.
I know we asked this before. We probably touched on it mad long ago in episode 2 or 3, the dating episode. Who in your life has? No one has ultimate veto, but who has like high clearance to disprove your relationship to the point where you yourself start double guessing? Like, who is that person in your life? And I know we talked about it 4 years ago, but it's 4 years now. 4 years later, we changed.
I think the highest ranking person in my life is still gonna be my mom's, and with that, I stand where I stood then. Like, I would never throw away a relationship at the word of my mom's, but my mom's definitely got the power to say something that's gonna make me put a magnifying glass on you and this relationship.
That's the only one?
To that degree.
Yeah, I mean,
like I would say, like my close friends, like if a constant thing is brought up, maybe, but like my mom could say something one time.
All right.
And now I'm eyeing this situation.
So Mama Love got the clearance to put you on aware automatically.
Yeah, like she
ain't just gonna say that out of nowhere.
Yeah, if she got an issue with somebody or something concerning somebody, I need to look into this. And again, there have been situations where my mom more than not been right, but there also have been situations where my mom just was being single moms with sons especially got this thing where nobody's good for my son sometimes. And you know, they doing it from a place of love, but sometimes it's been that.
I'm glad you just said that, because Dre happens to grew up with both of his in that kind of capacity, so I'm interested. Now, that wasn't my intent, but
Nah, me too, man. My mom, definitely my dad, and I would say my nanny.
you just start some disco shit out of nowhere.
It's wild, son. It's wild, son. My parents and nanny, my grandmother. Just because those are the people that know me the most and know me the best, like down to the T. Obviously my mom is head in that crowd. Just like too, she has the power to just say certain stuff that makes your mind just start think. Like I wasn't even looking at that. Like I was trying to look past that. Like I wasn't even looking at that. I say my grandmother because she's the one who raised my mom, so she's the one that kind of like raised her and put all of those thoughts and all of those ways into how my mom is today. And I love chopping it up with older people, just because they got so much wisdom, they got so much game, so much years put into the game that they can, you know, things that they learned too late that they couldn't apply, they could pass the knowledge down to us so we can apply it. So I really value like older people's advice, but yeah, just those that's really close to me, that really know me.
For me, it's the same. I'm gonna get back on me in a second. What can your dad say to make you go, let me look into this? That your mom might not have seen, or she might already approve, but your dad come behind and say,
So it hasn't happened with my dad, so I have nothing to like go off of. But I will say, obviously, he has the man perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a man, so it's easy to kind of level with him and kind of like see things where he's coming from. We talk, like I said, he hasn't said anything to like make me point out anything from my past relationships or my current relationship, but him being in a relationship with my mom for so long, it's easy to talk to him because I'll notice a certain behavior that my girl is doing, and I'm like, yo, ma does that, like, yo, what's up, dad, like, what's up with that, like, what? And he'll let me know, he'll give me game or whatever, and let me know how to kind of like deal with it, how to tackle it and stuff like that.
I wanna touch on something you said. you said you like talking to older people because all the wisdom and knowledge that they have throughout their years and experience and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Experience is the best teacher, but I mean, although times have definitely changed.
That was exactly where I'm going with this, because it's like I definitely take, like I said, I only got my moms I go to for shit like this or get this type of shit from, but the reason why I'm very like, I'll hear and I'll look at what you saying instead of just taking it is because I think sometimes people don't understand. Their parents is doing everything. Like, if your parent tell you something, they're telling it to you out of love, out of trying to love their kid. But they don't realize that sometimes they themselves don't even realize sometimes they're stuck in their ways. Yeah. And they're in their own way. Mm-hmm. Like, and that is a tricky thing, because you want to take your parents' word as that. But I think for me, it's a much more thing to take it, but take it with a grain of salt, because I through experience, I've seen times where it's just my mom's telling me something based on how things were in the time she lived it. Yeah. And it's like, you don't even realize it ain't even like that no more. Like, that's not a, like, certain things aren't the same signs that they used to be just because of how people are now. Yeah. People are different.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I said, like, my mom, like, thankfully my parents, we're kind of like, they're not that old also, so like they're still very much kind of like in tune with what's going on. They can still kind of relate, so that's why it's kind of easy, like, taking advice from them and stuff like that. My grandmother, she's, you know, getting older, obviously starting to forget some things, so it's a little bit hard to talk to her now, but yeah.
For me, it'd be my mom's. I've been already in that position, like what you said, where your perspective, as important as it is your perspective based on your experience and what you've been through, obviously. And it's the same thing I always equate with us. Like, you can garner that opinion of someone based on the information that I provide you. Mm-hmm. You don't have access to the things I have access to at all times. So you don't see, like, let's talk about relationships specifically. Like, you don't see what I see. Yeah, I'm mad or I'm being emotional and I'm telling you something, but I'm also, omitting all the other shit that make me like this person. So in your mind, you create this bias, or you create this accustomedness to this person that I just helped you form, because you don't really know the real person.
Yeah. In that scenario, whose fault is that though?
Then I'll take blame for that. I'll take the blame. But like y'all said, because she brings something up, that also could be like, unveiling. And now I could go, okay. Because obviously I told you all these things. But let me just at least investigate what you're talking about. Because you might have seen something, and women's intuition is women's intuition. For sure. So I'm gonna go listen just because. And you mama love. So at the bare minimum, you guard that.
Yeah, you know it's not coming from a place.
It's not malicious at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you mama love.
Even though I know niggas where moms, it was malicious. Like I got friends where, like, they moms was literally. It's this weird thing where it's like their only child, single mom, and as weird as it sound, and not on no pervy shit, but like they mom in their life kind of replaced them, like their son, as their man. Yep. Yeah. Just in the place they hold, and when they saw another woman like taking his time and encroaching upon that slot, they got defensive, and it was just a whole thing. Yeah.
And then they create that rift. Mm-hmm. But that's why, like I said, the situation with us is right, because we not just jumping off the window. I know niggas that just jump out. Yo, my mom's gonna let you fuck out of here.
That me too.
Yeah. We'll at least examine. Yeah. Because everybody warrants that, right? Like, I deserve a fair shot. Especially if I'm showing you, like, I'm serious.
For sure.
Real quick before we move on, let me tell you our story. I was dating this girl. This was years ago. It was back when I worked at Target. It was this Italian and Haitian girl I dated. We only dated for like 3 months. She lived in Canarsie. Dated for 3 months. Everything was cool. Everything was fine. Whatever. Pulled up to her crib to meet her moms for the first time. I'm in the crib with Mom Dukes. We are talking. We are vibing. Oh, to be clear, Mom's Haitian. Dad was Italian. Dad wasn't in her life.
White Italian?
White Italian. Oh yeah, but he wasn't in the life. Like he wasn't in her life. He moved somewhere or some shit. Mom's is talking to me. Oh, you such a respectful young man. Oh, you seem to be on track and da da da. Oh, y'all so cute together. All this is cool. Till Mom's asked one question. Where you from? Like, what's your nationality? Yeah, you know, Mom's is Jamaican. I didn't even get to finish. I said, Mom's is Jamaican. She turned to her daughter and go, you fucking serious? You gonna bring him here? You just want to have him get you pregnant and leave? Like, in my face, by the way. Didn't say excuse me, nothing. Just in my face. And I'm like, should I go? Like, I'm like, should I leave? And she's like, yes, you should leave. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what's up. But I say all that to say, literally after that, I spoke to that girl one more time, and then she never spoke to me again.
It's crazy.
That's that type of shit.
Yeah.
That's that type of shit.
It's wild.
Ain't nobody got that much power in my life. I can't relinquish that. Moving along. We're all in relationships, right?
Last time I checked.
What was the thing, whether it be an action, a thought, what was the thing that made you go, oh nah, this girl really fuck with me? What was it, if y'all remember?
She always made sure I got my work done. Like even before like we even started like messing or anything like that. She always made sure like I studied for my tests and all of that. Like she was real like into this like yo, cause we were like friends at first and she.
Look, I don't want to cut you off.
Go ahead.
That seems. What was it that made you realize past the friend line? Because friends do that. I make sure you good, all of that. I got friends that make sure nigga you get up, go to work. I mean that nuanced relationship type shit where you go, oh, she fuck with me for real. Now, granted, you did come from college, right? Mm-hmm. So that could be some part of it. But I'm talking about the exact nuance where you go, yo. Then you might even sit down talking to your homeboy. You go, nah, shorty really fuck with me. I ain't never think of it. Like, she really fuck with me. You got one?
Well, I'll give you time to think.
Yeah.
Without going into detail, because I'm not going to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
For me, it was the level of. Remember how I've been saying, if you've been an avid listener here, it'd be like, yo, son, sometimes just doing the right thing sucks a lot. And it was the level of appreciation she shows, understanding that I'm trying to do the right thing. I've been in a lot of situations where it was like, you try to do the right thing, right, by somebody, and of course, you just trying to do the right thing. You don't expect to be rewarded for it. But some people kind of treated me and looked at me like, you did what you were supposed to do.
Right.
And this girl has been, every chance she get to show appreciation and love for everything I've done and do, she does. Which is something I never had.
That's deep.
Nah, I think I guess I should be good. I think it should answer your question. So one quality about her that I like is she never lets me fight no battle by myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's always by my side. You know, even me kind of like being a loner and stuff like that, when I want to, you know, kind of like have my alone time and just be by myself and kind of figure things out by myself, she never let me do that. And it was one time when we were at college and we were on our way to Penn State, but the main campus, because at this time we was at one of the satellite campuses. So we was going up there for like a party weekend and all of that. My engine ended up blowing on my car. And that's the first time like I lost my car like literally caught on fire and all of that. And I was like the designated driver. I was getting people up there. So I think I had 3 people in the car with me, her being one of them. So long story short, you know, we end up having to like call AAA and all of that. End up having to call my parents. I'm just there trying to figure it out. So I'm the type of person, I'm like, yo, y'all go ahead, go do your thing, go have fun. Cause we was kind of like close, but I had to deal with my car. I'm like, yo, y'all go ahead, I'ma just figure it out. Everybody left but her. Like, she refused to leave. And like, we wasn't in a relationship or nothing like that at that time. But that's when we was kind of like building up and getting to that point and getting to know each other a lot more. But she would not leave, and she stayed there the whole time. Like, she went back with me to the Poconos to get my car towed and all of that. And like, she was really riding for me. And my parents actually remember that story because they was there and they met. That was the first time they met her, and they're like, who the hell is, you know what I'm saying, who the hell is this? But I'm like, nah, this my homegirl, this my friend. And it's ended up blossoming into something else. But like, she's just so caring and so supportive, and she's carried that out throughout the relationship. So that was a pivotal moment where I was like, all right, I could do this.
Thank y'all for sharing, man. I appreciate that shit. With mine's, it's a mixture of a lot, but for me, it was the level of attention paid to what I'm actually saying. The ability to read between the lines, read the story that I'm going through versus reading what I'm saying out my mouth. As silly as it may sound, like it may be, like I like to be left alone. I don't like being on the phone. I like neck randomly. Like these silly things, right? But like composed of everything, just the fact that you paid attention and the consistency of it all. Like you didn't just do it for a time. You didn't just do it to garner some, cool points. You ain't do it because you had an ulterior motive, and if you did, you hit it well, right? It was just like you paid attention to me as a person. You got to know me as a person. I think like at some point the representative just fades away and the real person emerges, and to see that this has really been you. Now that everything's stripped away, now I know, like, okay, I can fuck with you. Because if at the worst this is you, I'm cool with this. You feel me? And that's something that I think encapsulates a perfect situation, as perfect a situation could get. Because it's like certain things, you know what you're looking for, whatever the case may be, and you just hope that you aspire to be that for them.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just that, like, yeah, just thinking about that shit the other day. How long you think somebody should date before they become a couple, like a realistic couple? Because in your story, she stood by you while your situation was going on, but y'all was just friends at the point, right?
Yeah.
So y'all ain't even take the step.
Nah.
So that means in that time, whether she may be trying to garner cool points or whatever the case may be. How much of that you think before you could get to relationship? Where you accept this as a relationship?
I don't think you could really like put a timetable on it, to be honest. I think that is I think it's different for everybody, because there's certain moments, like you said, like you asked what was that moment where you knew, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's the same thing like with establishing kind of like what we are. Like, you know, we talk about all the time kind of like, well, I know I talk about all the time kind of like I don't want no blurred lines, so like I want everything clear and all of that. I wanted to establish that we're in a relationship and stuff like that. But sometimes you don't even have to say words. Like sometimes you kind of just know off of a certain situation, like, all right, we rocking now, like we moving forward, we gonna take this a little bit more serious. But like I said, it's different for everyone. It could be any type of situation. It's the littlest things for some people. Sometimes it takes something really, really big, you know what I'm saying? But it just really depends on what it is. But the story I just told, that wasn't the point where we got into a relationship. But again, that was the moment where I was like, I could do this. Like, and she fucks with me. Like,
when I was younger, I would agree with Dre in the sense that you can't put a time on it. As I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate dating somebody for a long time before getting into a relationship. And when I say long time, for me, 6 months to a year minimum. At minimum 6 months, preferably a year. And when I say date, I mean like
the process.
I'm talking about going through actual dating while we still doing whatever we do, and then get into exclusively dating, and we're exclusively dating for like 6 months. I'm talking about all of that, because my thing is, where I can't speak for everybody else. In my past, my problem was I got in a relationship with too many people's representatives. And now I need that time to see who you really are as a person.
How about the ask? Is it because you trying to see who that person is? You really trying to see
like
who they are?
I can admit that I've fallen in love with the person they showed me they was when we first started fucking with each other. That's happened to me more often than not. And it's like I'm at a point in my life where I know I'm dating with, well, I'm not dating right now, but dating with intention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've come to grips with the fact, this is my belief, you never really 100% know who somebody is. Like,
no, that is true, but in my opinion, the longer I date you before we get in a relationship, I got a better shot of knowing. I know you better the longer I got to spend time with you. See, like I don't think we should be in a relationship if we never had an argument. Yeah. I need to see how you handle arguments. I need to see how you handle when things don't go your way. I need to see how you handle turbulence in our situation. These are things I need to see before I decide I'm gonna fully commit to somebody.
Funny you say that too. Funny you say that. Shorty, actually, yeah, my girl said the same thing. Now I'm thinking about it, because she been in a situation before where things could have got real abusive when the person got angry. Mm-hmm. Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things matter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and as I've spoken on this podcast before, I've had situations with exes who were very like handsy when things got crazy. I've been in situations where it's not physical, but it's verbal abuse. Like, they, even over minor things, their reaction or who they are as a person is to go for the jugular off a minor argument.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, and again, this is all from me falling in love with the person I just met. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't put that time in for us to see who each other really was. Like, again, everybody comes with their representative, but as time goes on, the more time you spend with somebody, the more you start to really be you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And again, for me, like, I'm not telling nobody to do this. Me, And again, I'm not talking about just fucking somebody and fucking everybody else. If you doing that, you shouldn't be dating nobody. Well, I'm not saying don't date nobody, but you not trying to be in a relationship.
You're not doing this with intent.
I'm talking about if you are like, all right, we are exclusively dating, we're spending time, we're building a foundation to a relationship. And again, I know a lot of women aren't gonna like that. They're gonna be like, well, if you're doing all that, you might as well be with them. No. Because I'd rather find out who you are and be able to chalk it up like, you know what? I just don't think this is gonna work out between us, but we had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it's more daunting on you when you get in that relationship because things go.
It's harder to leave when you actually had a breakup and shit.
Yeah.
When things are going good, people be like, "Yo, this shit working. Why not? Let's make the decision. Let's be together."
Nah.
Now you end up in a situation.
Yeah, no, the dark times is telling. The dark times.
Yeah, those. I agree. The timeline eludes me as well. Like, but I could get on board with the 6 months to a year thing, because situations reveal who you really are.
Yeah, and I think key things should happen during that time. To be honest, like I think in that time, personal opinion, you should travel with this person.
Definitely.
I think during this time, you should even if it's at home, forget the traveling. Y'all should spend some time enclosed with one another, whether it be a week or whatever. Just stay with each other for a week. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like all these things are real key things where you get to see somebody.
A lot of people don't find this shit out until
they already in
that situation.
That's why I'm like, you stay with somebody for a week. I don't give a fuck who they are. You know who this person is and how they live. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because day one, they gonna try to be on their P's and Q's, but you ain't gonna see this girl don't wash her hands after she pissed. You gonna see some shit like, what the fuck, yo?
Nah, word up. That's the biggest us living with somebody.
Yeah.
That's where you really find out like what's really going on.
And to y'all earlier point, we gonna get back on where I was going, but to y'all earlier point where times has changed when talking to older people, older generations, as opposed to now, because now we know these things are possible, whereas the older generations might just try to push us to get to that area and figure it out. Now we smart enough to know, I'm gonna figure this shit out before we even get in there, because I don't want to go do that. Mm-hmm. That's how you end up in a relationship.
I seen too many older people in loveless marriages, bro, and I refuse to be in one.
No, that's crazy. But we got the wherewithal to know that now, because times has changed.
Yeah,
I don't gotta get into that now. So you mentioned like abuse and shit. I'm wrapping up soon. I got a scenario question to ask you, but I wanted to ask y'all. Y'all ever been in situations where you just seen red and did some domestic violence shit, abusive shit?
Nah. Shook the shit out of somebody one day, but I don't like. That's to me. That's not. I put my hands on you, but I didn't hit you. You know what I'm saying? I just.
That sound like. I'm sorry. I know this is serious, but that sound like a nigga who beat a bitch.
Nah.
I put my hands on you.
Nah, but you know this yoking up by like your blouse and stuff like that, cause like, you know.
Look, I ain't one to talk, man. A bitch done told this nigga I just beat her ass.
Nah, that's the furthest I
which I clearly didn't, by the way. Let's be clear.
In all seriousness, I don't mess with that. I don't mess with that at all. Like putting your hands on women.
This ain't got nothing to do with the news segment. So I'm gonna just bring it up now. Imagine you get like the Dana White situation, right? Where his shorty slapped him, and then he proceeded to show why he's the president of the U.S. In a situation like that, obviously he's wrong, but could you understand his mind state of just seeing red and letting go?
No, he forgot they was in public. He 100%. Here's my thing. You know what that told me? A lot of people said that, like, oh, like a lot of people took sides in that. A lot of women was like, yo, you never hit a woman. A lot of dudes was like that too. And a lot of other people were like, oh, you know, you can't expect to hit somebody and not get hit back. People took sides. I didn't take sides. You know what I saw? I saw two people who in private abused the shit out of each other.
Yeah, that's not the first time. Yeah.
That's not the first time that happened. That's exactly what I saw.
Yeah.
And what happened in that moment was Dana White forgot they were in public and not at home. Yeah. She slapped him, forgetting they were outside, and he slapped the shit out of her right back, forgetting they were outside.
Exactly.
All right, so take it off of that now. What if you in the crib and your girl gets so mad that she draw a weapon on you and try to stab you, or actually succeeds to stab you? What do you do as a man?
Disarm her.
You said disarm her?
Disarm her. Like, I here's my thing.
You pressing charges?
This my girl? Yeah.
That's why I want.
Cause at that point, if you stab me, if you did bodily harm to me, we ain't together.
We done.
We like our relationship. We don't have a continuing relationship.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
And you're gonna learn your lesson. I'm not gonna, like, besides like grabbing her up, holding her down or some shit. I'm not gonna put my hands on her, like, and hit her back or do something back to her. Like, I all the way back to Champions. Like, nigga, I remember I fucking damn near got kicked out of Champions because Shanique stabbed me with her fucking keys. I still got the fucking stab wound on my arm. Like, we got into a back and forth, whatever happens, and she came at me and stabbed the shit out of me in my arm with her keys. In that scenario, I could have reacted. I think anybody else would have. Anybody else, any other one of my friends would have. But I didn't. But that's what I'm saying. She got kicked out, actually. But, yeah.
I wanted to know what y'all thoughts was on the pressing charges part, because there's a group of men out there that would clown you for that.
Fuck them.
Don't give a damn.
So?
They will clown you based on whatever notions, whatever beliefs and ideologies they have. That, yo, that's not man shit, bro, just leave.
Nah. Guess what?
But I want to believe that.
When you wake up to your girl stabbing you in the chest 16 times because you was cheating, remember that.
But who was cheating? Like, who's at blame? The person who cheated? Or the stabby stabs?
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
My point is, you show me that you don't give a fuck about my well-being, I'm ending the relationship. Those same niggas who say don't press charges, the same niggas that's gonna stay with that girl.
Yeah, it should never get to that point, bro. I'm bringing in the highest extent of law, like, because based off of the fact that I can't hit you, I can't really do what I want to do you in this moment.
And I also can't trust you now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hurt you in other ways.
Because if you stab me or cause bodily harm, in my mind, food poisoning ain't too far off. Putting a hit on my head ain't too far off.
Period, blood in the spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? Man, shit.
If yeah, that shit sound crazy. Period.
Word.
Blood in the spaghetti.
Yeah, it be getting crazy out there.
But no, I just wanted to ask that. Be clear that I am on the greens. Because I am on the... There's very few things that just, like, are complete sign-offs with me. Police, if you call police on me, you don't care about my freedom, so you don't care about me. Even if I'm wrong, even if I'm right, and I can fight the case, the fact that you put me in that position, you know we gotta go to court.
I also don't think that's fair.
To call the police on me, or
If she called police on you for no reason, that's fucked up. If I feel like same thing I said,
well,
like
no, if it warrants,
that's what I'm saying. If she attacked me and I press charges, if I'm doing something that warrants you to call police, call police.
That's what
I'm not mad at that.
Those things I'm never mad at. What I'm saying is,
that's what I'm saying, because you just said if she called police blanketly. That's what I'm like.
Right. Let me put context. If you do that under those pretense of I ain't do nothing, or I don't feel like nothing warranted this. Not I don't feel. She don't feel like nothing warranted. She just did it to be spiteful or whatever the case is. Yeah, I can't fuck with that. Because you don't care about my life and my freedoms. You don't care about.
I thought you were saying if you did some fucked up shit and she called the cops, you still.
No, that's why I wanted him to clear it up.
No, because I'm in the same thing that I want you to do to me is what I would do to you. Because if you stab me or swing a knife at me, if you swing and miss, I'm out. If you connect, police automatically, because this is unequivocal evidence. I'm going to the doctor, all that shit. I don't know if I'm gonna get up there on the stand and do what I need to do, but you gonna go through courts for this. You gonna go through some process for this. That's just me.
Oh, and after the criminal case, civil case coming right after it.
I think that sounds like another one. I don't want to take it out of here. Yeah, that sounds like another one for me.
All right, y'all. We love to hear from y'all. Had a very dope, interesting conversation this time. We want to get y'all views, y'all comments, y'all likes, y'all subscribes. You know, keep turning it up on So Here's the Thing .pod on Instagram.
Yeah.
SHTT Pod, Twitter and Facebook, and if the social media thing ain't your thing, So Here's the Thing at yahoo.com.
Yeah, man. Like they said, keep running it up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like that. That's our So Here's the Thing podcast. If that's not your thing, you in the office, just need something to listen to. We're available on all audio platforms, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, all that. So Here's the Thing.
Yeah, run that TikTok up too. Or I guess that's on there. Same thing, So Here's the Thing. And thank you, man. This your boy Stizzy.
Steeler.
2. Appreciate the love.